Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this unboxing and walkthrough, flip through, first impressions-y kind of thing of the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck by Lily Ashwell. Oh my goodness. When I first saw this, and I first saw this deck on Bonnie Old Soul Mermaid's channel, and I will link her video that I found in the description box down below so that you can find that because she did an amazing job. I was not even done watching the video when I clicked buy. This is such a beautiful deck, and I'm so excited to dive into it with you guys. This is a mass market deck, believe it or not, produced by Chico Books or Chico Books. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This is an astrology deck, an astrology oracle deck. You can purchase this directly from Lily Ashwell at her website, and you can also publish it through major booksellers. I did get my copy through Book Depository. There was a sale price at the time that I purchased it, and I got it for a killer steal in Canada, and I was really excited because it doesn't happen very often. So I'm really stoked to dive into this today, but I'm not gonna belabor you too much before we get into the cards, but I do want to just briefly mention that I have been on the hunt for the perfect astrology deck for quite a while. And I feel like I've been needing a deck that I could both learn with and also one that I was excited to reach for and use as an oracle deck. And that is pretty challenging for me to find one that ticks both of those boxes. And I keep having kind of near hits, but not quite like finding the perfect one. And I think this may be the one. And I don't want to speak too soon, but I have a really good feeling about it. So let's get into it. So it comes with this really nice sleeve. This is a chunky box too. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. So the sleeve comes right off. You don't have to worry about anything. There was plastic wrap on this, which I've already taken off. But there's a little sleeve here which you can set aside and save if you want to save it or recycle it. Look at this. So it says Lily Ashwell, Heavenly Bodies Astrology. This would look beautiful sitting on a shelf just like that. Look at the back. I mean, this is a stunning keepsake box. Look, and it is a magnetic closure. And then on the inside of the box, it says, Heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. Henry David Thoreau, 1845. Look at the like collage work or like layered work done here. So pretty. And I about died when Bonnie said that this was a hardbound book. Like, are you kidding me? Heaven through earth and spirit through body. And like the textures on all of this is absolutely stunning. Look. People travel to wonder at the height of mountains, at the huge waves of the seas, at the long courses of the rivers, at the vast compass of the ocean, at the circular motion of the stars, and yet they pass by themselves without wondering. St. Augustine, 400. Oh my gosh. And this looks like an old library card. It says borrower name. Look at this. It's like full color inside. Oh my gosh. This book smells so good. Yes, I totally just sniffed it. Okay, we're going to look more at the book in a bit, but this is full color and I'm really excited. This feels really super nice. It has almost a soft matte touch to the cover. Maybe not quite rose petally, but very smooth and lovely to touch. So we're going to set that aside. And then look at this. We have a ribbon to lift out an inner box. Okay. I'm really excited. I literally have to calm myself down. This is loose, and it doesn't feel super crazy sturdy, but it does feel like it's not glued in. Yeah, it's just folded in here. Like I just like, you can like, it's not, I didn't rip it or anything. It's just like folded to fit in there. But then you have this beautiful box that you can totally repurpose. And I'm actually really excited about that because I probably will use this to put some knickknacks and things in. We'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm going to put this all back in the way that I found it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Chico Books. What is going on? Beautiful. Okay. Maybe I'll stop gushing eventually. So here we have a two-piece box with thumb cutouts, again with that beautiful finish on it. It says, I live my life in growing orbits which move over the things of this world. Perhaps I can never achieve the last, but that will be my attempt. I'm circling around God, around the ancient tower, and I have been circling for 1,000 years, and I still don't know if I am a falcon or a storm or a great song. And that is, oh gosh, Rainer Maria Rilke, 1899. Oh my gosh, look at this. Like are you kidding me? Look at the inside of the box. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, to hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. William Blake, 1803. Are you kidding? Like, this is so freaking beautiful, and I'm not even into the cards yet. I don't think I've been so wowed by a deck's production value in a very long time. So it does feel like there's a little bit of filler, like a filler tray in the bottom, because it's probably the deck was a little bit like they wanted it to be flush. There is a ribbon. I just totally took it out of the thing. So this says Heaven Through Earth and Spirit Through Body. So again, a really nice, thick, wide ribbon. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. And just a little paper slider holding the cards together. I love when we don't find like plastic shrink wrap on the inside. I love when we have these like paper or plastic sleeves instead. It's just so much less waste. Okay, here's what the backings look like. This pale, almost minty blue with these little stars. Really, really pretty. The cardstock is matte and feels nice and sturdy. Like the last Seiko Books deck that I purchased was the Elemental Power Tarot, and I don't think I've shared a walkthrough on that one yet. I will eventually, but I have filmed it. But that cardstock is definitely thinner than this. This feels really, really nice. This is, I would say, probably 330 GSM matte cardstock. Really lovely. So let's take a look. Oh, okay, we're going to have to zoom in so we can see all the artwork really super well. So let me get us zoomed in. Perfect. Let's move that a little bit. Okay. So what caught my attention immediately was the gorgeous artwork coupled with the title of the card and keywords that actually are the astrological meaning. From the little bit I know about astrology, which is not very much, it seems to match what the astrological meaning of the card is. So here we have the sun. We have the glyph for the sun in the upper right-hand corner, and it says self-express and embody truth. And the keywords are written in an active way, in an active voice, as if you're receiving advice or a message. And this is what I mean. I feel like I've learned that the sun in my birth chart stands for self-expression and how I embody truth. Perhaps. I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody who knows astrology can tell me if that feels accurate. But I also feel like if I pulled this as an oracle card and I got self-express and embody truth, I would have a message as well. And that's the first card. So, you know, the moon. And here we have the glyph for the moon in the upper right-hand corner. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. This makes me really happy to look at. Mercury, think, learn, network, and communicate. And as far as I know, again, and there's again the glyph in the top right corner, so I'm not going to keep pointing it out, but that is where it is. I may hold it up so you can see it. Venus, give and receive love, find value, and see beauty. And I love how soft these colors are and all this watercolor work. It's just really, really beautiful. Mars, move forward and defend self. Saturn, feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. Look at that owl. Oh, so pretty. There's our glyph and our owl. Jupiter, grow and expand. Uranus, radically change. Really beautiful. Neptune, dream and transcend. So we're still in the planets. So keywords are down here just so you kind of see what those look like. Some of them pop a little more than others, but I'm okay with it. This is a very like sinky deck. Do you know what I mean by that? Like where you feel like you're sinking into it. Pluto, transform. Look at that with the skull and the butterfly. And like I feel like the artwork really is illustrating the meaning very simply. It doesn't feel chaotic to look at. It feels very calming to look at it. Here we have Chiron, the asteroid, hurt and heal. There's the symbol for Chiron's key up there. I call it the key, but I don't know if that's what it's actually called. Hurt and heal. And now that is the planets. So we have the inner and outer planets and Chiron as the asteroid, which is, those are the planets that I would typically work for, especially somebody especially somebody newer to astrology. I know there are other asteroids you could potentially include, but that's like perfect for me. So now we're into the zodiac signs. We have Aries, independence, bravery, and passion. So now it's not an action word. Where's our glyph? Do we have a glyph for Aries on the card? Oh yeah, it's in the upper left now. There we go. So these feel like they are energies, like personality energies versus action words. Taurus, trust, patience, and sensuality. Oh, and the glyph's on the right this time. But here we have a rose and a heart there. Gemini, curiosity, intellect, and networking. And there's the glyph. Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protection. Beautiful. Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. There's our glyph. I love the candles in here. Virgo, integrity, reverence, and service. Oh, I just realized something. So Virgo is an earth sign, and we have this like vase with the roses. Leo is a fire sign, and we have this heart with this flaming heart with a candle coming out the top. Cancer is a water sign, and here we have a pool of water. I just want to see if this goes through. Gemini is an air sign, and we have butterflies above a mountain peak. Taurus is an earth sign. There's our vase with roses again. Aries was a fire sign. Yeah, so those center symbols carry through as you go through the cards, so you know immediately what element the sign is. I love that. Here we have Libra, another air sign. Here's our clouds above the mountain peaks. Hopefully you can see what I mean there. And this one says consideration, fairness, and harmony. Scorpio, there's our pool of water. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Sagittarius, there's our flame. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. There's our glyph. Capricorn, another earth sign. Ambition, realism, and methodical steps. I love, as a beginner to astrology, I really love how the glyphs are here. There's a quick cue to which element the sign is. I pretty much know which signs are which, but this just feels like it's going to make it so much easier over time to learn. Here we have Aquarius. Oh, I think actually, I don't know, but I think we might find that there's a nod to their constellation through here too, because I know Sagittarius is the archer. We might even, the constellation might actually be on the card, but I'm not good enough with astrology to spot that at a glance. But anyways, here we have Aquarius. We have the water jug. We have the symbol for air, the symbol for this deck for air, and the glyph in the top right there. Aquarius is originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. Here we have Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. We have the leaping fish here. Yeah, I keep seeing stars, and I'm wondering if there's a nod to the constellation in here, but again, I don't know. So that's it for the signs. So we've had the planets and the signs. Now we're into the houses. So this is interesting. So I'm seeing the same elemental symbols here. Are we seeing the element? Do we see the elemental symbols? No, we don't see the elemental symbols in the planets. So anyway, here in the house, I got interrupted by my doggo. Here in the houses, we have immediately a fire sign, or fire, the same symbol that was used for the zodiac sign. So house 1 may be associated with fire, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So that immediately tells me what the first house covers, which is amazing if you're new to astrology. I'm just looking to see if there's any other astrological glyphs or anything on here. There is a bird breaking free of a shell, which is really interesting. I cannot wait to dive into the guidebook with this deck. Here we have house 2, and we have earth. What was this one? That was fire. Yeah, here we have earth for house 2. We have a dove, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. Here we have air in house 3, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. We have these little birds chattering in the treetop. House 4, cultural and family roots, house, peace, and comfort. And there's a bird's nest there, and this is a water. The moon over water is our water sign symbol. Here we have fire again in house 5. We have a singing bird, passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. House 6, earth again, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. And here we have an anatomy kind of thing. We can see the skeletal arm here, or the wing for the skeleton of a wing. I don't know. Anyways, we also see the feathers. So it's like we get that cross section. It reminds you that this is about health and the physical body and stuff, it sounds like. House 7, we're back to the air element. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. And here we have 2 birds. I don't know what it is that's between them there. Does anybody know what they're doing? House 8, transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. And here we have this skeletal bird, and it's a water. Here we have fire again, spiritual growth for house 9. I'm loving these. I feel like they're very easy to like get to know. House 10, earth again, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. And look at this wise owl. That seems really appropriate for what the keywords are for house 10. House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. House 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. Look at this open cage here. And like you get the idea of freedom and again, transcendence, freeing oneself. Okay, so that's it for the houses. Now we're into the aspects. So we have conjunction and oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what I love about this. For starters, we have the degree. So this is a 0-degree connection between planets. Here we have the symbol for the aspect. So that's the symbol for conjunction. And we have keywords, a union, merging, and coming together. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Here we have opposition, and it says 180 degrees up there in the top left corner, so you get to know right away. And that's what a conjunction looks like, the symbol. Imbalance, a point of tension and a power struggle. Here we have trine, and it's 120 degrees, and it's a triangle. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. I feel like I've already learned more about astrology just flipping through this deck than it's incredible to me. Square, we have a 90-degree connection between planets and a square symbol, a challenging situation, and a mountain to climb. Sextile, we have a 60-degree connection, and it's that like Star Wars ship shape. What is that? A wing glider? I don't know. Anyways, that's what it makes me think of. A combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. Ooh, look at this. Oh, now we're into the elements. Okay, so we have the alchemical symbol for earth in the top right corner. And here we have a big blown up, really colorful version of that earth symbol we saw earlier. And here we have the earth signs, their glyphs here on the card as well. So we have the sign for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And it says persistence, patience, and practicality. Here we have, again, a full color image of air, the same symbol that shows up throughout the cards. And we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign? Oh, why do I not know that? Anyway, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Here we have fire, and we, of course, have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Water, we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. What is this? Oh, this is pretty. I don't remember this from Bonnie's walkthrough. I probably like stopped paying attention because I went and bought the deck. Yin energy. This is gorgeous. So this tells us what signs are yin energy. So we have Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, which I wouldn't have thought, Capricorn, and Pisces. Intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. And then we have yang energy. Peggy's yang, I'm yin. Yang energy is going to be Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. And this is proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Now, yin and yang is a concept that I think a lot of us are really familiar with. And here we also have a plus and a minus sigil, which is interesting. I really never thought of these concepts as they apply to astrology, but it makes perfect sense to me. So we have 6 signs in yin and 6 signs in yang, which again, totally works. Cardinal. So these are the cardinal signs. We have Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. And I'm guessing that is the symbol for cardinal. Must be. Fixed signs, that is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And it's that symbol there. And it says stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. Mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And it says surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. And that's the glyph there. And then we have a card for the North Node and the South Node. Yay! Okay, so the North Node says destined to have. and the south node is destined to retreat. Now, the little bit I know about astrology, I know that north node is often what we're trying to move to, kind of karmically, like our lesson where we want to learn and like how we want to grow and develop, whereas the south node is what we're leaving behind. So that really, those keywords really work from even just the limited bit that I know about astrology. I'm really excited about this deck. Does it show? Let's give her a quick shuffle because I just want to see how this cardstock shuffled. Oh, it's beautimous. It shuffles really lovely. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. Okay, let's just do a random card draw because we're going to test a oracle message. So let's say I was using this as an oracle and I just pulled Chiron, hurt and heal. And let's take a look at the guidebook. So, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It smells so good. Look at this table of contents. Holy moly. It is beautifully laid out. It's really easy to see what you're looking at. So you have about astrology. So there's a bunch of introduction work working with this deck, some spreads it looks like, to learn to decode any full moon with the deck. What? Then you have the energies of the deck, the planets, the signs of the zodiac, the houses, the major aspects, the natural zodiac, the nodes of destiny, and some notes. Oh my gosh. There's a note from the creator. I love that we get a picture of her workspace, of her studio. I think that's awesome. Understanding astrology. Oh my God, this is like made for beginners. I feel like this is made for beginners. I'm sure that people that know astrology really well will love this deck too, but I feel like it's made for beginners to really be able to access this information and use it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's so many smart symbols throughout the deck. Look at this with the cardinal, fixed, and mutable. I can't wait to study with this deck. I really can't. The nodes in your future. Oh yeah, so this is an example of with your north node in Taurus in house 4, you are determined. You guys. Oh my God, I just figured out how this deck has been designed. Oh my God. Okay. I just shuffled it. We're going to pause this. I'm going to sort the cards and we're going to do this really quick without even reading any further because that is how smart this is. Okay, hold on. I'm so excited, you guys. You just don't even know. Okay, so I have separated the deck into planets, signs, and houses. Now for now, I've took out, oh my gosh, I can't even talk, I'm so excited. I've taken out the aspects, the major aspects, and I've taken out the like elements, the cardinal, fixed, mutable, and the yin and yang cards and set them aside for now. So those are just set aside. The way that the keywords are made is so that you can, I'm gonna lose my mind. I should edit all this out, but I'm not going to because you guys need to see how excited I am. Okay. The way the keywords are written, and I just grazed across this in the guidebook, is like this. If your south node is in Virgo in house 11, and I just randomly pulled these, right? Then you are determined to release integrity, reverence, and service when it comes to friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. That is how the keywords are written. I should zoom us in. So you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's make sure you can actually read what I'm reading. Okay, so let's do another one. So if your Chiron is in, no, Mercury's a planet. Let's put that over here. If your Chiron is in Leo, in house 10, then you have hurt and you need to heal your self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity, especially with regard to structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. If your north node is in Taurus, you are destined to have trust, patience, and sensuality within your spiritual growth. Oh my gosh, I can like immediately read my chart just pulling these cards. I can't even with this. If your Mercury is in Cancer in the 8th house, you're going to think, learn, network, and communicate around nurture, comfort, and protection with regard to transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. Do you see how this is made? If your sun is in Gemini in house 7, self-express and embody truth when it comes to curiosity, intellect, and networking within profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. And you literally can... Okay, I got that just by glancing at the book. That is how well designed this deck is. We're going to zoom back out. We're going to look at the book a little bit more, but I just about freaked out when I saw that. Okay, and all I was at was just... Is there a built-in bookmark in this book? Why, yes, there is, Lisa. Of course, it's just not going to get any better. So that was specifically with regard to the nodes, but I'm pretty sure you can use that the same way with all the planets and sides, but that was specifically talking about the North Node and the South Node and how to read that. I'm so excited. Okay, so it says, working with the deck to learn, to decode, and to communicate. So to learn, how to learn using the deck, how to decode. So this is the part I was curious about. So when someone says I'm an Aries, what they really mean is the sun was in Aries at my time of birth. I'm not going to read all of this, but it sounds like, oh, this is just telling you how to read your chart. Decode any full moon with the deck. So when the full moon is full in Libra, it satisfies emotional needs through fairness and harmony. However, it's confronted with a power struggle involving self-expression, bravery, and passion. So I don't understand this. Oh, you use opposite signs of the zodiac. So it's talking about how to do that. I'm not going to dive into all that yet. I'm excited. So it talks about what to ask the deck. Okay, so I'm not going to flip through all of the spreads and stuff because that's not entirely fair to the deck, but there are some spreads in here. So let's do a quick, because I could obviously dive into all of this. Is there note pages in the back? Yeah, there's some note pages. Look at that, little notes. I am really excited. Okay, so I'm going to bookmark this right in the beginning because I'm probably going to read this book cover to cover. Look at the little built-in bookmark. I mean, come on. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to shuffle all of them, and we're going to read one guidebook entry as if we were doing an oracle draw and just pulling a single card, because that's what I want to know if this deck can actually do. And I think it can, but let's just see. So one card. That's it. One card. And we have House 7, Profound Relationship, Intimacy, and Romantic Partnership. So let's see what the guidebook has to say about House 7. Look how easy it is to navigate the guidebook. And this is stitch bound and really beautifully, by the way. So it says, ruled by Venus, this house holds your intimate relationships. These are the people you attract by way of friendship, romance, and even business. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's falling in love and marriage. But more figuratively, it's your partnership of all kinds and the condition of your relationships. These are, of course, direct reflections of your own self-image and why this realm echoes the energetics of House 1. Relationships are where you explore self through the mirror of another. This space is the natural home of considerate Libra, which uses its discernment and connections to give itself shape. Here lie the people you are drawn to, but also the things you may suppress and try to live out through a partner. Troublesome relationships are also depicted here, the known enemies or opponents who push your buttons. The underlying creed of this house is that all relationships, challenging or harmonious, reveal that which is bountiful or lacking within yourself. And these areas of ease, bounty, block, and potential are written in the energies of this space. And there's an omen message. Okay, yay. So sorry, there's keywords. Energetics, profound relationships, intimate partnerships, marriage, and known opponents. Experiences are exploring self through the mirror of another, giving and receiving love. The omen. So this, I'm hoping this is an oracle message. It says, the people around you are your mirrors. What do you see? Are they themselves healthy and living with integrity? Do they treat you with kindness and respect? This isn't about criticizing others. It's about assessing the exchange between you and others. Are you participating in any dynamics where your integrity is compromised or where your energetic output is not being matched? If so, can you disengage? Some relationships endure the test of time and others come and go, but all can be teachers on your journey to knowing the depth of your worth. Oh, okay. Hands down, favorite astrology deck, and I've tried and I've tried. I'm going to share a couple of examples with you that I pulled out for this video in my quest to find like the perfect astrology deck. So the first of these, and I do love this deck. Oh, look, it's the same as my background, my bag. This deck is wonderful. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And this is an oracle deck that works beautifully, in my opinion, for predictive readings. It's a wonderful divination deck. And every single card represents a planet in a sign. Excuse me, a planet in a sign. I was like choking on my words there. Really excellent. You learn a lot working with this deck, but it only contains the 7 traditional planets. So I can't remember which ones those are, but I think it's like the inner planets, I think. You can't lay out a full birth chart with these and then like work with them. And there's also no houses, no aspects, or south node, north node, anything like that. That said, I love this deck. This deck has a place in my collection, but I definitely use it as a divination deck more than I use it for any other reason. And I love it, but it was not the deck that was going to teach me astrology. Also here I have the Astro Soul Oracle deck. This is by astrosouldeck.com. Maria J. Fajardo Prena. It's 62 astrology cards. This one is really beautiful. Very simple, but there's no keywords on the signs. or on the planets, if I remember correctly. Let's see. There's a lot of cards in here for different aspects. Yeah, so the planets don't have keywords either. Really gorgeous gold foiling, and I think they have this in a holographic version, or the more recent published version of this was holographic. There are keywords on the aspects that are in this deck, as well as the houses, the moon phases, and there are some extra cards in here that once I think I get deeper into astrology will make more sense to me. But yeah, there is information on the houses. So I thought this deck would be better for learning initially, but it really hasn't been. I've just been kind of sitting on it. I've played with it a little bit, but it's never really stuck as a deck. And I certainly can't pull one of these as an oracle card. I can't. And the guidebook is good. With this, I feel like you get a lot of information, but I'm reliant on the guidebook to get anything out of this deck at all. And that is not helpful for me at this stage. Now, I do still play with this. I do still use this. This has been my preferred oracle or astrology deck, I should say, for a little bit for study, just for being able to visually lay out a birth chart or something. I can definitely do that with this deck. But it kind of stops there, and yeah. So this is really beautiful. Now, another astrology deck, which I had and admittedly traded because I didn't know what anything really stood for at the end of the day, is the beautiful Living Wheel astrology deck, which I will link in the description box. I'll link everything I'm talking about in the description box. Super gorgeous. I could see once I know astrology better, perhaps purchasing that again at some point in the future. But for now, I need stuff with keywords. It's basically the bottom line. So I'm really, really excited to play with the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck. I'm over the moon that this is mass market and easy to pick up and find. I think Lily did an incredible job. It's not going to fan super great because it is matte, but she did an incredible job with this deck, and I am so excited to play with it, to dive into it, to get to know it. I've already picked out a gorgeous soft blue bag for my deck so that I can use it and carry it around with me and all that good stuff. But anyway, thank you so, so much for hanging out with me while I geeked out and got excited and got distracted and had fun playing with and exploring the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck by Lily Ashwell. Again, this is a Seco Publishing deck. I will have a link down below. Thank you again so, so much. Please do click like on this video if you enjoyed it or found value in it. Please subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more videos on decks and fun things and witchy stuff and self-worth and all that kind of thing. And don't forget to hit the little bell so you're notified of my future videos. Thank you so, so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys.